let's talk about the Anti-LGBTQ Bill, which has been passed by Parliament. I mean, you even did indicate that the economy seems to be suffering, but it appears that there are threats from external creditors and from the international community about the human rights violations in that bill and so on and so forth, which sort of puts a lot of pressure on President Akufo-Addo whether to assent to it or not. If you were to be in that position, what would you have done?
Pardon me. I think that we need to know where we are coming from and where we are going as a country. As president, we are coming as an individual person. I believe in traditions. I believe in our rule of law, and I believe in the religious background. We come from various religious backgrounds, and our religion does not permit us to have same sex. My religion does not permit me to have same sex. It's taboo. I guess your religion too. The point here is that are we going to sit down as usual because we are beggars and allow certain group of people to impose their laws and their regulations to us and ask us to accept it and ignore their own? Why do we have to marry same sex? I mean, it's not easy to go to the US and say, I want to marry 3 wives. You're not allowed. Will they accept that we have said Ghanaians who have a tradition of marrying 2-3 wives, marry 2-3 wives? If they will accept that, we will also listen to them. But Ghanaians and the President of the Republic of Ghana should know that our constitution doesn't allow same sex. There is nowhere in the constitution that allows same sex. So whether internal force, external force, whichever country, I will tell you, I won't use that word, but you go back to your country and deal with your matter. Our as president will not allow that.
And the issue has now moved from being a religious argument to a legal argument, because even when President Akufo-Addo commented on it for the first time yesterday, he did mention that someone has sent it to court and is waiting for the outcome of the Supreme Court before considering whether to assent to the bill or not. So it has now shifted from the religious aspect of it to legal and human rights matters.
Legal and religious aspect are all same. We use the religious traditional background to build on our legal framework in Africa. We don't just sit down and say legally you can do AB. Our constitution is a legal document and it's bound by all of us to follow. Whether you go to court, you can go to the court of Hagen, we don't really care. But we have a constitution that we all follow, and that is what we are going to abide by. So if they can bring 1 million lawyers into this country, I know them. I've worked with a lot of them in Germany. When I used to have my restaurants in Germany, I lived in a community called Cologne. And all these gays and these homosexuals, they were all living in that community. So I know how they operate. They have a lot of money. They can influence a lot of things. They do a whole lot of things. But we cannot accept this kind of norms. They can build another country and move there.
You've mentioned that as president, you will never assent to
never,
it, but
never.
What would be your advice to President Akufo-Addo?
I think that he should just let them pass the bill and let's move on as a country. We have more issues like economic difficulties.
The bill has been passed. It's only left with President Akufo-Addo to assent.
So that's what I'm saying. He should sign it and let it be done. Let it become a law.
Despite all the likely economic implications.
What are you talking about?
We're likely to face?
Will you marry a dog? Because you are in an economic situation. Will you? Come on, let's be sincere. Will you marry a goat? This is what they are telling you to do. Marry a goat, marry a dog, marry an animal, and live with the animal. That's the point. And I don't think that anybody in his right senses will make such. I mean, with all the beautiful ladies on earth, why should I marry a man? Why? Tell me, what am I going to produce? Can you become pregnant? If you can become pregnant, why not? So this matter, let us not be hypocritical. Believe me, let us not look at the benefits or the evil things that comes from it, and they're imposing. They're using. Can they go? Listen to me. Very simple shot. Can the European, whichever, not limited to a particular institution. Can the society LGBT go to Saudi Arabia and dictate that to them? Can they do that? Because Saudi Arabians are not beggars. They have what it takes to build their country. Can they do that in Kuwait? No. Can they do that in Dubai? No. Because they are rich. It is the poor ones, because we are so poor, they are imposing this nonsense on us. And if the president should accept this, what will be Tyson?